Have you ever been walking through the woods late at night or just as the sun's going down and had that strange sensation like someone's watching you? Have you ever been camping or hunting or fishing and had some weird things happen that you just couldn't explain? Have you ever been walking through the woods and encountered a large hairy ape-like creature that walked on two legs and was trying to evade your camera? If so, you've probably had a Sasquatch experience. Hi, I'm Nate Peterson, and today I'd like to change your mind a bit about the existence of Sasquatch or Bigfoot by telling you a little bit about what a Sasquatch is, where they're reported to live or dwell, as well as my own personal opinion and experience with Sasquatch. Now, to understand why some people believe that there's a large hairy ape man running around in the woods, it's best to understand a little bit about the Sasquatch's anatomy and physiology. The Bigfoot Field Researcher Organization, or BFRO, on their website describes Sasquatch as a large, hairy, non-human primate that walks on two legs. Now, something to note, much of the evidence that we've gathered about these creatures is their footprints. Of course, that's where they get the moniker Bigfoot. And these footprints have an average of about 15.6 inches for the adult mean average. Something else to note is that the Sasquatch is a nomadic nocturnal animal. That means that they tend to spend most of their time hunting and functioning during the nighttime and sleeping during the day, and they move around a lot so that they don't stay in one area too long and create a big footprint, if you will. One of the other main factors for why people think that there is a large hairy ape man running around in the woods is some of the out-of-the-way places that they tend to be reported to exist. In an article by Frank Burris, he describes many of the Bigfoot encounters that he and others that he knows have had in the North Woods of Minnesota. Now, this thick vegetation is prime habitat for Bigfoot because it provides the most protection from view and detection. Another thing that the North Woods of Minnesota and other places like that would provide is abundance of food source. They have the vegetation itself, plus there's the presence of deer, which is the primary food source of a Sasquatch. Now, I've taken a lot of this information in, and I've formulated my own opinion, and I'm of the opinion that Sasquatch, in fact, does exist, but based on two factors. The first is the existence of an ancestor, and the second is my own personal experience with a Sasquatch. In an article by Andrew Harder, he describes a Gigantopithecus blacki, which was, or is, an extinct ape that lived up to about 100,000 years ago. Now, this ape walked on two legs, was a large hairy ape-looking creature, stood 9 feet tall, and was about 600 pounds. Now, my own personal experience, about 7 or 8 years ago, me and a patrol member were in the woods performing a sniper observation post, and we ended up chasing a large creature with a ghillie suit on running through the woods. Now, we thought it was a person, but after much debate we discovered that it probably wasn't a person because we couldn't find any human telltale signs, no boot prints or anything like that, and this thing was very fast and escaped us, and so we had our own Sasquatch experience. Now, not everyone's going to have their own personal Sasquatch experience, but based on the evidence here today, I hope I've changed your mind a little bit about the existence of a Sasquatch or Bigfoot by describing a little bit about, what a Sasquatch is and where they tend to dwell, as well as my own personal experience and opinion about it. Now, many people have encountered Sasquatch, and they usually just brush it off as their imagination because Bigfoot doesn't exist, right? Or do they?